why it's related, because I make my name making the movies about Ukraine, working with Oliver Stone, like a famous Ukrainian fire. After that, revealing Ukraine, and we're gonna talk about our latest one, the everlasting present.
Right.
So, but Ukraine was a signatory of this Budapest Agreement, and now the history striking back, because why the history is so important to understand anything what's going on in the media now? Because without knowing the historical context, it's practically impossible to take it right when narrative is moderated so heavy, and it's such a lot of fake news flying around, especially from Ukraine. Practically 95% of all news was produced in Ukraine. This is a fake. So coming back to Budapest Memorandum, what's people asking why Putin do such a big mistake? Why he invade Ukraine? You need to understand this is not about Ukraine, what's Putin do it now. This is about Russia. And all this war in Ukraine is not about Ukrainians' will to join the European Union or live in a different way than Russian did. What Zelensky did in Budapest, he said, Budapest Memorandum is violated, and we questioning, and I ordered in the commission to start finding our way out of Budapest. What is mean from the diplomatic language? We want to regain nuclear status. We want to join NATO. We want to regain nuclear status, and we want to go on war with the Crimea, to liberate Crimea and to make that Crimea back to Ukraine. Even the Crimea under Ukrainian governments suffer. I was born in Ukraine. I grown up in Ukraine. I spent.
I was going to ask you about that. This military operation, this proxy war that the U.S. is fighting against Russia, using Ukrainians. I mean, this has a personal meaning for you. This is where you were born in the former Soviet Union. What part of Ukraine were you born in?
I was born close in the east of Ukraine, close to the city Dnipropetrovsk. It was actually industrial heart of Ukraine, producing a lot of steel. And after that, I moved and studied in the Dnipropetrovsk University. And after that, I work in Moscow, go back to Ukraine, back to Moscow, back to Ukraine, moved to Kiev 2004, start making the movies 2005, 2008, emigrate to United States. And
you're a U.S. citizen. You're a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen from 2016. Yes, my movies bring me here because I want to make movies, and this is actually the center of the movie making in the world, Hollywood, exactly. Los Angeles. There's 300,000 professionals who making films living in this city. Right. So I'm joined this family, make my way. Meet Oliver Stone 2014. We released our first film. Work on this time. We did 4 movies together. It's a blessing for me. I calling him my teacher. He calling me bastard. Anyway,
but he's a good mentor. He mentors you. Is that correct?
Amazing. Yeah. He has such a hard hand. When he's, of course, metaphorically. If he's slapping your back and saying not good, so he throw in trash can my Ukrainian Fire first cut and make that film.
He just threw it away.
I don't. Yeah. After 6 months of cutting the film, and you know what? After 6 months cutting of the film and more than 1 year was already in the making, I invite him to my office, show him the movie, said, "Give it to me." He not throw it directly, but I call him this throwing in the trash can. He said, "No, it's not sober. It's bad. Tomorrow you and your editor come and we were gonna work." Next day,
were you nervous? Were you nervous?
No, I was devastated.
You were happy?
I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, we need to release it. It's like time is coming, time is going. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's a 7 year. It's a 7 year this year as the movie was released.
Right.
This is still fresh. And when we filmed in the Reade in Ukraine 2019, one of our speaker in the Reade in Ukraine, this is a sequel for Ukrainian Fire, Lee Stranahan. He tell me, Igor, I watched your film on a stop and go, on a pause, 9 hours. I double check every facts what you use. I can't find anything wrong. Said, oh, thank you, Lee. We did it such a long time.
Good.
So you condense the more than 2 years of your work and all your lifelong knowledge about Ukraine, and you condense it in one film. You bring in, you add in the Oliver Stone, and that's good.